Welcome to Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel where I talk about all kinds of edible and some non-edible, just cool things that I'm into growing and my backyard adventures. So here we are, several months after Hurricane Irma, and the yard is showing many signs of recovery, and there's still some things left to do. So I just went through a nice trimming of this bed to reduce the size of everything and just kind of thin it out. You can see now what plants are in there as a result. Got some Dracaena, I topped those, a nice croton, of course my Cavendish banana, which is completely recovered, is looking very good. I love the pinks and the reds that happen in bananas. It's kind of fun to appreciate it. This Cavendish has also this black variegation in the leaves, which is very beautiful. But I would expect bananas from this in maybe a year, maybe, and it'll get easily 6 to 8 feet tall when it's all said and done. I've been slowly but surely chipping away on this back bed. It was kind of a disaster area after the hurricane, getting things cleared out. This is my kid's play fort that I built for him years ago. And one thing I had to do was take some of the shrubs that had fallen down. This one had fallen completely down, and top it off. That'll grow back in. That's a gold dust croton. It actually, you know, as one thing suffers, the other thing benefits, because this dreadlock croton, which is actually very beautiful, is now going to have full sun. And another thing that's very interesting is some of the little tiny sprouts that were growing underneath now have had a great chance to, you know what that is? That's a papaya, a Hawaiian papaya. And it's growing quite nicely. There's actually another one down in here that I might transplant, or I might just let it grow right next to it. I'm not sure. Of course, the bummer is if we determine that this is not a female papaya, we're in trouble, because that's got to get rid of it then. But you can see the little nodes that are starting to form. I have high hopes this will be a female. Of course, the female just has single flowers, and the male will grow clusters of flowers. We'll just have to wait and see. That's the crapshoot that you take with a papaya, is to know, is it a male or is it a female? Only the female is going to give you the fruit, so that's what you want. And if you leave males around, they're going to give seeds to your fruit, and that's not what you want either. Look at this. This is kind of a cool thing. This is the croton flower. It's not something I get to see a lot. It'll actually produce seeds you can grow crotons from. But a very interesting, kind of almost Dr. Seuss-like flower that grows on the croton. This is a very common type of croton, but nothing really beats the croton for the amount of color that you get. I mean, it's almost hard to believe. And then this aloe, which I planted here, is now also opened up. It just finished flowering, so see, there's just a couple of those little red aloe flowers left, but it's mostly done. Yeah, I used to have 5 different types of aloe. Now I'm down to just this one type. But this is where I had a gigantic papaya tree right back here that grew up about probably 20 feet tall, and then it came down during the hurricane. But all of the seeds that had been dropped over the years from fruit falling on the ground produced many sprouts. Here's some more papaya. Alright, so very nice. We also had a fairly disastrous experience in the banana grove. Now, I've kind of just let it grow down. I mean, fall down. Oh, look, here's another papaya. I'll let that grow too. So we're going to have some papayas. The banana trees, several of them cracked. You can see they're not very strong, and the wind they just kind of knock over. But the little pups that I had planted now have more sun and are growing up. That's nice. And the remaining bananas have sprung back, so they're doing pretty well. I've got to just basically get back here and remove it. This area I had stacked bamboo and whatnot, and now I got rid of it finally, so there's some crabgrass I need to remove, but it's going to be in good shape back here, even though it's kind of scruffy looking right now. There's a lot of potential. You can see I just started to clear this area out. There's a pile of debris, but I can easily get all this grass out. And as a matter of fact, this St. Augustine grass that's growing here, I'll take that out and use it in some bare areas of my yard. You can see it grows just like kind of like a crabgrass, what I call crabgrass. Each one of these can be cut off, and the roots will grow quite readily. You can see on that one. There's already a little root growing. I'll get that in focus. So I'll use that. All of this will go to waste. Now the evil Mexican petunia growing up against the fence. Can't really do anything about that. I just keep pulling it out, and it just keeps coming back. I'll probably never be free of it, but you know, it could be worse. At least it's got a pretty flower. Ooh, look what we have here. Eat your backyard. Yeah, mulberries. Quite good. At one point I had a lot more mulberries than this around, but I've reduced them. But you can see there's plenty of mulberries out here, and anytime you come out, you're definitely gonna have lots to eat in terms of mulberries. I like the red ones too. They're real tart. Doing well. My Barbados cherry starting to really come back too. So overall, everything's looking really good. Now there's a soft-tipped agave, cardboard plant, you know, all kind. Oh, look at that! There's another papaya. Oh, yeah. There's a Dracaena grown from a seed. So all the chaos of the hurricane throwing, you know, scattering everything around and creating a big mess, it actually spread a lot of seeds, opened up a lot of areas where things can grow now, and it's looking pretty good. So I'll definitely, this is the time of the year. This is you know, November in Florida, but this is the time of the year when you can really do a lot of outside work. And I mean, is there a better color blue than that? I don't really think so. And the temperature is nice and cool. For Florida, at least, it's in the 70s, high 70s, low 80s. So we call that cool. Let's see. So this is a good time to do stuff. So I'm looking at doing also some big time tree trimming. We have this power line here, is what it is. It's above ground, and so I had to trim this mango tree way back. It looks super scruffy now. What I need to do is trim the whole thing back now. You can see where I trimmed it. It's already growing sprouts. I'm just limited in how much yard waste I can produce in one fell swoop, so I've been doing it in stages, but I'm going to take off this other part too to even it out so it's all one height, and I won't get fruit from it for a year or two, but then it'll come back strong. My loquat, look at it, it's not looking good. This is not normal. Loquats are deciduous. They do lose their leaves in the fall, however, not like this. It's usually like semi-deciduous, just drop some of them. So I don't know, it might be a goner. I see maybe a couple little spots where there's green going out, but I think this one is probably going to have to come down. My chocolate pudding tree, which by the way, no problem bringing it down, because I'll plant something there which is even better. Maybe another mango tree or something really interesting that I'm into. This chocolate pudding tree was whipped pretty badly. It's looking real spindly. I'm going to go ahead and chop this one back basically to here, take all that top growth off, so that's going to be the next thing I do. This Barbados cherry is looking quite good. Nice and green. It'll come to this spring. I'm also going to fertilize it quite heavily this spring. We just had some nice fruit come off of this Chinese lantern fruit tree. Look at that. Beautiful. That is good. I'm going to eat it. Here's another one. That's what the seeds look like. Those seeds will germinate almost 100% of the time. I just generally chuck them out in the yard after I'm done eating them. Not everybody likes the flavor of these. I love the flavor of these. So lots to eat. Now, I did finally take out all that bamboo. Now it's a kayak holder. And you can see this is a big mess, not looking good, but I'm going to clean all this out now. Back it up. Oh, look, my sugar cane is starting to look a little bit more vigorous. Definitely kind of cool to have the sugar cane. Problem is, it's been kind of grown in by weeds, but I can get all that out easily. I planted a bunch of cactus. I'm not really loving it. I'm going to get rid of all that and just take it to grass back to the fence there. This corn plant that I have here, I had topped off, and you can see this is why you top things off. It was at least 3 times as tall as this, looking real spindly. I topped it off, and now it's bushed in nicely. Once I get this whole area cleaned up and put grass up to the edge here, it's going to look quite good. Right now it looks not good at all, but you can see the one area I did pay attention to already looking better than 1,000 bamboo canes. And actually now the kayak's in a place where I can get to it a lot easier. The lemon tree, looking good. We severely trimmed it back. It should be having a good year this year. It does have a couple lemons, on it, which will be good, but really we had to just trim it way back. The mulberries are absolutely, as usual, going off. We've got so many mulberries. Maybe I'll make another mulberry preserve video just to enjoy some of this fruit. Our starfruit tree definitely got punished. You can see it's got a lot of dead ends. That's quite typical. I just need to trim off those dead ends. It'll bush up, but it's been a tough year or so for the starfruit tree. They are very resilient though, so really it's just a matter of trimming it back and then letting it do its thing. Tommy Atkins mango also got wind whipped on one side, but really weathered it pretty well. I expect this is going to be a real good fruit year for the Tommy Atkins mango. So overall, everything's doing well. It's been a while since I made a video. I want to say thanks for watching. We are quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers, and I appreciate all of you guys watching. If you have any requests for videos, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And as usual, thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard.